Good morning. I am going to try another pumpkin recipe. Last night I took one of my leftover pumpkin pie pumpkins from Halloween, turned it into puree, made some cupcakes, and I had 1 cup of pumpkin puree left over. So I thought I would try this recipe. This recipe is from this wizard's cookbook. It's inspired by Harry Potter, Merlin, blah, blah, blah. Basically, any movie that has wizards and witchcraft and all that good stuff. So there's lots of cool recipes in here. The only thing, I've done a video before making like some kind of witch's soup. It's more entertainment than actual recipes. Like they've just got all this script and they're not always specific about the ingredients. So it's just, sometimes it's a little tricky. So for instance, we're making Patapumpkins, and it looks like little pumpkin jellied candies. And so the ingredients is 9 ounces of pumpkin, 11.5-ounce jam making sugar, a squeeze of lemon juice, superfine sugar to finish. I have no idea what jam making sugar is. I Googled it, and so the best guess that I can do is this 11.5-ounce jam making sugar. The equivalent is, we're gonna do 1.25 cups of sugar, 3 tablespoons of sugar, 1.5 teaspoons of pectin, and 1.5 teaspoons of citric acid. So I'm not going to need the lemon juice because citric acid is the same as lemon juice. So I already had this because I can. So luckily I had this handy. I didn't have to buy anything. I had all the ingredients. And then I have loose pectin, because usually when you buy pectin, when you're canning jams and jellies, it comes in a packet and you use that entire packet for the recipes. Luckily, I had this container where you spoon it out in different measurements. And then I'm just going to use regular sugar. And then this is superfine sugar I had, and that's what we're going to use to coat it. And so basically, all I'm going to do is I'm going to boil the 1 cup of pumpkin puree, 1.25 cups of sugar. I don't know why I have this 3 tablespoon sugar extra right here. Probably just because like whenever you do pectin, it's easier to mix it with sugar. When you add it to all the ingredients, it prevents it from clumping. So we'll mix 3 tablespoons of sugar, the pectin and the citric acid in a separate bowl, then add the 1.25 cups of jam sugar, which is sugar. I don't know. I could be wrong. This is just my, this is just how I'm doing it because I have no idea what jam sugar is. And then the pumpkin puree. So, and then I'm not going to read the script because, you know, this is a cool cookbook. If you want to know all this, I recommend buying the cookbook, even though it's like some of the recipes are tricky. It's still fun to read. It's just, they've got so many cool different recipes, and entertainment factor is, I definitely recommend it. So let me get these all together, and then basically you boil it until it starts boiling, and then you simmer it for 10 minutes, pretty much the same if you've ever made jam. And then once it boils for 10 minutes until it gets to the jam making consistency, you spread it out on a sheet and let it cool for 2 hours. And then we're going to use these cookie cutters, the itty bitty one, and shape it into the pumpkin. So the trick is, after sitting for 2 hours, is it going to gel like that? I don't know. I just don't know, but we're going to try. Here is the pumpkin puree and the sugar and the pectin all stirred together. Now I'm just waiting for it to start boiling. So the sugar dissolved pretty quickly. I was worried I'd have to add water or something, but no, there's enough moisture in the pumpkin puree that it's all one smooth mixture now. Okay, I simmered it for about 15 minutes, and I stirred it the whole entire time because it's like bubbling and popping the whole time, even though I had it on a low simmer and I didn't want it to burn. So you need to stay and stir it. So now I put it in this parchment lined dish, and I'm trying to spread it like evenly because it needs to be like even, so I can like use a cookie cutter to cut out pieces. It said to line the dish with parchment paper. I just started using parchment paper this year. I don't have tons of experience with it, so I don't quite understand the point right now half the time, because all my dishes are nonstick, but whatever. It said use parchment paper, so I am. And as you can see, it took like it turned into a nice opaque color. I wasn't expecting it to do that, so that was cool. And there's my pan in my sink. I gotta wash it. You gotta definitely wash your pan as soon as you can, because through experience making candy, dried sugar, heating up dried sugar and then cooling it, trying to get it out of a pan is next to impossible. So you definitely want to wash it while it's still warm. I think that's pretty good. That's a little thin right there. All right, now it says to let it sit for 2 hours to cool down and solidify. So let's see if it solidifies. Don't forget to always taste test. And it tastes like pumpkin and sugar. I mean, all it is pumpkin and sugar. But I was worried that the sugar would outweigh the pumpkin, but I can still taste the pumpkin. And it does taste, it already tastes like a candy to me. It's kind of hard to explain, but it tastes pretty good. Oh my God, and it's sticking. So if it actually gels, this might be my new favorite candy. All right, I'll come back 2 hours later. It has been 2 hours later. So we're gonna take that out of the dish and see how it turns out. All right, so I got this little pumpkin cookie cutter. Oh my gosh, it is very, very sticky. Uh-oh. All right, now we're gonna somehow see if this works. All right, push that. All right. All right, I'll put that back in that dish. Let's do a couple more. Let's move this. Oh, kind of still looks like a pumpkin. All right, let me see how many I can get out of this sheet. And then I'm gonna get my husband down here to do a taste test with me, so I will be right back. All right, so I cut out a bunch. So the first one definitely looks like a pumpkin. The others kinda. So this stuff, I let it cool for 2 hours. I definitely maybe should have waited longer. The recipe said at least 2 hours. So I'm okay with this, but if you didn't want the rest to go to waste, we could probably like mold it back up and lay it out flat again and let it dry. You know what I mean? Like just kind of push it all together and spread it out again and let it dry longer. Actually, I might do that, but I have enough now to taste test. So it's interesting. It's making like a little jellied candy, and now we just need to see, does it still taste like pumpkin? All right, Robert is frou-frouing my pumpkins already. He says, are they supposed to look like pumpkins? Are you saying they don't look like pumpkins?
I'm not frou-frouing anything. I'm just saying, no, they didn't.
Little bunny frou-frou, eat one. I'm gonna eat the first one that actually does kind of look like a pumpkin.
They're very soft.
Yeah. They are very soft. I've never had a jelly candy, so I don't know. Have you had a jelly candy?
No.
That's not a look of pleasure you're having right there.
Is it supposed to taste like cranberry?
No! It's pumpkin.
Did you soak it in lemon?
It does have citric acid in it.
Okay.
Is it too much citric acid?
I don't know.
It's very soft. To me, it tastes like pumpkin.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't taste like pumpkin?
It tastes like a sour kid's candy or sour patch, sour. Yours isn't sour?
Maybe I want to taste pumpkin so bad. It tastes like sugar to me. It tastes like candy.
Okay, it's delicious.
He's throwing it away. He's throwing it away.
Yes,
All right.
It's fabulous. It's the best thing I ever had.
Maybe I put too much citric acid in it.
It's sour.
Let's talk about it. I put citric acid in it. You're supposed to squeeze lemon. I Googled what... Anyway.
I'm not trying to be a weirdo. It's just...
Does it taste like candy?
Like the sour candies. Yeah.
It does. It has like... It's like a sour punch, but like...
Is it supposed to get harder?
It's... Yes.
Okay.
It's supposed to... Well... It's like a jellied. So... I should have let it dry for more than 2 hours.
Why am I getting so much sour out of it?
I don't know. This is sugar, not salt. Because there's citric acid in it, and citric acid is the sour.
Where did you get the citric acid from?
I have a container of citric acid to use for jelly making. I think it turned out. I think it's not perfect. I think it could be a little more firmer. And maybe it really doesn't taste like pumpkin. I just ate so much pumpkin stuff. Because, see right there? Those are the best pumpkin cupcakes ever.
Those cupcakes are delicious. Those taste like pumpkin.
I didn't do a video on it. I should have, because those turned out awesome.
This is lemon pumpkin.
Would I do this again? No.
God.
Robert said, would I make those pumpkin cupcakes? I'll do a video on it. Yes. It was interesting.
I like it, but I don't like it.
I think I'm getting better at making...
Do you want me to make stuff up, or do you want the truth?
I want the truth.
Okay,
it's fine. You don't like
it.
it. You don't have to like it. I'm getting better at candy making. I think it does. I think it did turn out how the recipe expected. But yeah, they need to be a little more firmer. So I'm wondering if more than 2 hours. It needed more than 2 hours. That's it. Pumpkin jelly candy. Next, I want to try Turkish delights, but that might be past my abilities. Because when you make Turkish delight, you gotta boil it for 50 minutes. Can you imagine stirring? I barely could do this 10 minutes of stirring. Stirring something for 50 minutes. But I liked it. Robert did not. You don't have to eat any.
Okay.
So let me just give you a visual of it again, because they do. And I did like rolling it in this fine sugar did prevent it from sticking. So that was a good idea. But yeah, I think you're right. It is more lemony.
You don't taste any lemon.
I do taste. Now that you say it, I do taste the lemon. I do taste the lemon. But I wanted them to look like pumpkins. The cookie cutter is cute.
They look kind of like pumpkins.
Kinda. I need to like go to a candy store.
You're like the villain in all your movies.
And you are the villain.
I'm always the villain.
I've never personally had jelly candy, so I'm not exact. I guess I needed to try it first to know what to expect. But hey, it's, you know, if you like jelly candies, it's definitely boiling pumpkin and sugar together. It works. It's okay, Robert. You don't have to like everything. We're good. I'm gonna go watch hockey now. Thanks for watching. Please hit the like and subscribe buttons, and we will see you later.